couple folks have wondered why I put this here Cavasson on, this colt. And I was talking to a friend of mine and a world champion Mustanger, Tom Hagwood, a few years ago, and he said, hey, when you put those snaffles on those colts the first 30 days or so, just put a Cavasson on there, and it kind of helps keep them from wanting to gap their mouth and flonging their tongue around. And he's only had the bit in his mouth, I think, his second day. The first time I put it in, he just gummed and jawed, and I put the Cavasson on, snugged it a little bit, and it didn't take him long, and I mean, he's pretty quiet in the mouth. I'm really liking that. There you go. Just try to follow the weight of that rein there. Anyway, that's why we do that. It's really only about the second time Boone's ever had a bit in, and we just kind of started out asking him to give nice and light to the weight of the rein there last time. And he wanted to shake his head a little bit and tug on us. Our job was just not to tug back. I wanted to feel the weight come up in the rein and just go to the point of contact there. And every time he gives to me, I want to make sure I get it back. So I just kind of milk the slack and release. When I just kind of pick up on one rein, I want him to feel the weight come up in the rein, the weight of the rein, like that, so there's hardly ever any tension on it again. He can feel that. Then we see if he can understand that he should give vertically. So we pick up, put pressure on 2. When he comes, we give back. I milk the slack out with my hands and unmilk him and unmilk him. Anytime he wants to bring his head in, I just release him. There. I let him really think on that. I let him think for a minute, let him pick up. Milk the slack out of the reins. Don't pull on him. Milk. And if he wants to bend his head here, I just hold him till he...
Good morning.
There we go. So, we're going to go ahead and ground drive Boone today. He's never had it done before. Personally, I like to use the stirrup hollow here so the stirrups can't spread for you guys. And then 2 or 3 times around, maybe I'll take these rings, hook them up here so it's a little more of a natural rein position. But this here kind of helps keep the rein low. Gets ropes around his hind legs, kind of helps him keep his head low. And we want to be cautious that he doesn't panic the first time he feels these reins come up against him or he feels him pulling on the bit. Pressure, I can almost push the slack back to him. So I'll just let him travel, feel that rope around him there. Make sure he's ready. Right here, I'll let him go to the fence. He doesn't know which way he's going to go. He's thinking right, so I'm going to say, no, we're going left. I'll just guide him along. He starts turning left. I'll just pick up, put a little weight in the right rein. There, when he turns right, I let up. Let him come forward. Put a little bit of weight in the left rein. When he thinks left, let up on him. Driving forward. There we go. If I have to, I'll pick up the left rein. If I have to, I'll start slapping him on this side with my right rein. It kind of simulates me kicking him, see, so kind of escalate the cue. I turn, whoop, turn him back. And then I'll start tricking him. Pretty soon I'll say, whoop, and I'll let him just kind of run up into 2 reins. And I'll hold him right there until he takes a step back. Whoop. There, takes a step back. Whoop. Whoop. Let him get 2. Whoop. Start to back him around the corner. Whoop. There. Whoop. There. Alright, let him think on that for a minute. Now, the last thing in the world I want is my buddy, World Pro Colt Starter, seeing that I've got it. Don't pick on me. Cliff, come on. Give me a break. So really, this is only about the second time he's been ridden with a set of reins attached to his bit, and that's why it's so important we take that time to teach them to give to the weight of the rein like that. He had a little bit of a stone bruise from his ride outside the other day. I'll just bend him on down here, push his hip away a little bit. squat down and just ask him to take a step back, nice and quiet like that. I'll just bend him on down, reach back, push the hip just a little bit, squat down, and back him off just a notch. But I want him to stand soft in my hands when he does it. Good.
Well,
Go and walk him off. Go to swatting myself, but swatting myself doesn't mean trotting. When he hears that double smooch, he does start trotting, or he gets to swatting. I'll just trot him around here a little bit. Spotting myself. If he quits, I'll just tap on him. Then when he feels me, just kind of sit down and relax. He should walk. I'll just bend him, and then right there. That's kind of what I'm looking for, is a fluid curly cue and a backup right there. Kiss. All on his own. Backing away. Try not to get in the tug right there. Loafing with a kiss. Help him along. Swatch yourself here. Relax. Look at he's bending on his own and backing on his own. That's not bad for a little colt. It's only got about maybe 4 or 5 rides on him. Everything's been pretty quiet.